The trumpets blared. Silk banners fluttered in the warm breeze. Princess Ilara, radiant in white, was wed to Prince Caius. He was handsome, his eyes the blue of a summer sky. Ilara, though smiling, felt a shadow linger in her heart, a secret she could tell no one, not even him. The weight of her heavy gown was nothing compared to the burden of her secret. She had made a vow long ago, a sacred pact with a spirit from the ethereal realm. He was her protector, her guide, and according to the prophecy, her eternal bond. Ilara had never met this ethereal being, yet his presence loomed large in her life. It was he who had blessed her with good fortune, he who whispered guidance in her dreams. He was the unseen hand shaping her destiny. Caius was everything a princess could dream of. Kind, noble and witty, his presence filled Ilara's days with laughter. His love for her was evident in every glance, every touch. He brought her wildflowers and wrote her poetry, his words like music to her ears. Ilara cherished these moments. His happiness was her priority, even if it meant suppressing her own desires. For she yearned to respond to his affections fully, to be the wife he deserved in all ways. The longing in her heart intensified with each passing day. The thought of Caius's touch sent shivers down Ilara's spine. His hand on hers, his arms around her waist, the promise of something deeper in his eyes. These were a constant temptation. But the prophecy echoed in her mind, a stark reminder of the invisible barrier that separated them. The prophecy was clear. Any intimacy with a mortal man would sever her bond with the spirit and unleash his wrath upon her loved ones. Ilara shuddered at the thought. The image of Caius's smiling face, twisted with pain, seared into her memory. She couldn't risk his safety. The spirit remained an enigma, a whisper in her dreams, a presence she felt but never saw. He was her protector, she was told, and in return, she was his, bound to him by a vow made before she was even born. This vow, sworn by her ancestors, held her captive. It was a pact made in desperation, a bargain for the kingdom's protection against a terrible evil. Each generation's firstborn princess was to be the vessel, the anchor for the spirit's power. Ilara often wondered about the nature of this spirit, his motivations, his desires. He had never revealed himself fully, communicating only through cryptic messages and fleeting emotions. Was he benevolent, as her elders claimed? Or did he harbour a darker purpose? Her fear was a living thing, a cold serpent coiled in the pit of her stomach. She was trapped between gratitude for his protection and resentment for the life he denied her. Each stolen glance at Caius, every longing sigh, was a rebellion against the unseen shackles that bound her. Ilara found solace in Caius's company, in the way he filled their chambers with laughter and warmth. She would read to him, discuss politics, even challenge him to a game of chess. They were the picture of a loving couple, their interactions a careful dance around the unspoken truth. But at night, when the castle slept and silence descended upon them, the weight of her secret became unbearable. Caius would pull her close, his lips brushing against her ear as he whispered words of love and desire. And Ilara could only offer him chaste kisses, her body stiffening involuntarily at his touch. She saw the confusion in his eyes, the hurt that flickered across his face before he could mask it with a smile. Each night was a torment, a reminder of the chasm that separated them, a chasm that her love alone couldn't bridge. Ilara wished she could explain, pour out her heart and reveal the danger that lurked beneath the surface of their happiness. But the spirit had warned her of the consequences. To speak of the vow was to invite disaster, to risk not only her happiness but the safety of everyone she held dear.